So, Apple just dropped the new AirTag 2. And yeah, it looks pretty much the same on the outside, but trust me, under the hood, it's a whole new beast. Today, we're going to peel back the layers on this little tracker. We'll look at the cool new upgrades, the billion-dollar strategy behind it, and, the kind of tricky security questions it brings up. Let's dive in. First things first, why are we even talking about this little white disc? Well, because of this number. Over $1 billion. That's how big this smart tag market is. And Apple isn't just, playing in this space. They are absolutely running the show. This thing might be small, but its impact, it's massive. All right, so what's actually new with AirTag 2? Let's kick things off with the upgrades you're going to notice pretty much right out of the box. Okay, so it looks like Apple was actually listening to what people were complaining about with the first one. The two biggest upgrades? First, the precision finding range is now 1.5 times longer, so you can find your keys from way across the room, not just when you're on top of them. And second, the speaker is 50% louder. Huge deal. No more straining to hear that tiny chirp when it's buried deep in your backpack. But wait, there's more, and this is a big one for me. You can now use precision finding right from your Apple Watch. How cool is that? No more digging for your phone when you've lost your keys. There's also a new Bluetooth chip for better range overall. It is a tiny bit heavier, but who cares? Because the price? Exactly the same, which is awesome. Just one thing to remember, you gotta be on the latest software, iOS 26.2.1, for all this magic to work. So, we've talked about what you can see and hear. Now let's go a layer deeper and look at the tech that's making all of this possible. The real hero of the AirTag 2 is this new second-generation ultra-wideband chip, the UWB2. Just think of it like a super-powered, hyper-accurate GPS for inside your house. It doesn't just say, your keys are somewhere in the living room. Nope. It gives you a literal arrow on your screen, pointing you exactly where to go, down to the inch. This little chip is the secret sauce behind that much-improved precision finding. But all this power, right? The ability to find anything, anywhere, it naturally leads you to a pretty important question. Just how secure is all this, really? And that brings us to this really delicate balancing act. See, with these trackers, there's a constant tug of war between keeping your location private and making sure the device itself is legit. Let's look at how Apple and its biggest rival, Samsung, tackle this problem. This chart breaks it down perfectly. You've got two totally different philosophies here. Apple goes all in on privacy first. What that means is the location data is encrypted in a way that only your phone can read it. Not even Apple can see where your AirTag is. It's your secret. Samsung, on the other hand, they go for authentication first. Their servers are constantly checking to make sure that the signal is coming from a real, authentic smart tag. So here's the bottom line. Apple cares most about keeping your location a secret from everyone, while Samsung cares most about proving the location data is real. And as you can see, each choice comes with its own potential weakness. So because Apple built its Find My network to be completely private, it basically has to blindly trust any location ping it receives. It doesn't check ID, you could say. And this is where a problem pops up. If the network can't tell the difference between a real AirTag and a fake one, well, what's stopping someone from just making a fake one? And that is exactly what a group of researchers went and did. What you're looking at here is a real-life spoofing attack. See how the backpack looks like it's in two places at once? That's because someone is broadcasting a fake signal, and the Find My network is falling for it. For just a second, the owner sees their bag is hundreds of miles away, even though it's right there. It's a complete phantom location. And they pulled this off with a pretty simple device, just broadcasting a copied AirTag signal. And because the whole network is designed to protect privacy above all else, meaning it doesn't verify the source, it just accepted that fake signal as real and showed the owner a bogus location. So yeah, this vulnerability isn't just theoretical, it's very, very real. Okay, so if this weakness exists, you have to wonder, why would Apple choose this path? To get that, we need to zoom all the way out and look at the giant business strategy behind this tiny device. I mean, this chart really says it all, doesn't it? Apple has a jaw-dropping 69% of the entire smart tag market. This isn't just another product for them, it's total domination. And the key to that dominance isn't just the little white disc itself, but the massive network it runs on. See, an AirTag is only as good as the network that can find it. And Apple's network is made up of the hundreds of millions of iPhones and MacBooks all over the world, all acting like little anonymous helpers. You're not just buying a $29 tag, you're tapping into the biggest lost and found system on the planet. And once you're in and all your stuff is in there, it's pretty hard to leave. That's the famous ecosystem lock-in. Which kind of leaves us with one last big idea to chew on. This tech is amazing, right? Super convenient. But it's walking such a fine line. As these trackers get even more precise and the networks get even bigger, we really have to ask ourselves, where's the line between finding our keys and creating a world where anything or anyone can be found? It's definitely something to think about. Thanks for joining me.